conscious of it. And
Yeah.
oh, starting.
And
We're live.
I like it. You did, and you pointed exactly where the box was too.
Yep,
At least
you
for
did.
my.
They do the Vanna White.
If you click here to
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter's now asking me, but is this really camping? Okay, wait, everybody, since I'm online right now with everybody. Okay, my daughter's out camping right now, and she asks me. She just texts me. First of all, she's texting me while camping. That's a football in my book. Cut the phone away for a sec. She texts me, "What's the password for Disney Plus?" Fuck. Enjoy the nature and shit. Why do you have to watch Disney shit?
If you have reception, you're not camping.
No, right?
Right? Like you're camping, I think by definition is you are out in a place that's remote enough that you no longer have service.
Yeah, when 3G or 2G even pops up on your phone, you're like, you're there. You're getting close.
Wasn't there a Black Mirror episode where a guy was like getting contact? He was sort of like a Bill Gates guy, and he's trying to go on a retreat, but yet this guy says he's going to kill somebody, and if he doesn't talk to him. And didn't you see that Black Mirror episode? So they contact him even though he's on his retreat, and he's all like meditating. Sir, this guy, he's going to kill this person, blah blah blah, unless he talks to you. He's like,
oh,
yeah. It sounds.
I think I know it.
You don't remember that? He's sort of.
I think I remember that. Is that
like
the one where? Yeah, is that the one where he's a really smart guy? Like he invented this technology.
Yeah,
and stuff,
it's technology stuff.
Yeah.
I think technology is what ruined his life, and the guy, and he was just going to kill himself by the end of it anyway. But he just wanted to say something to the world or some shit. I forget, but yeah,
something dystopian.
Technology gone wrong as usual.
Yeah, exactly, because it's Black Mirror.
So should I give her the password? I guess I should give her the password. Say, I don't agree to this, but
I thought about actually maybe getting like one of those little portable projector-y things, and maybe getting like a silver tarp or a white tarp on the side of the van.
That'd be fun.
And then just play it like
cool.
from your phone, like on the side. Then it's like a little more like outdoor theater.
Oh yeah, I used to do that. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
That's a fun idea. A campion movie.
Right.
Movie in a camp. Camp in a movie. All right.
Yeah, I'd go as far as to say that if you have a solid roof over your head, that's not camping.
Like staying in a cabin or
tent or bust. Yeah.
How about
these monstrous campers.
Okay. But
even these monstrous campers, it's like a fucking house you're bringing with you. It's like,
that's not
give me
camping.
a break.
Yeah, if you've got air horns on your vehicle, like then you're not. Yeah. If the
Clark, that's an RV.
Pop out's disqualifier.
Yeah.
Don't you go falling in love with it, Clark, because we're taking it with us when we leave next month.
You're disqualified.
That's like
go home.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Beep doo doo boop boop.
Yeah. Beep
Beep boop 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 boop.
Yeah, Jim and I actually went to a drive-in movie last week.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
COVID friendly.
Absolutely. Yep. And it was actually a local, so it's local to me-ish, hour away, arts center. So they normally have like outdoor art exhibits, and they do theater and music and all that arty stuff. And of course, if they're hurting, they have this whole like artisan residence program. So they are trying to think of, I think, new ways to engage people and keep a little cash coming their way. And that was a clever way. That was a good way to do it. I was surprised because they have this big lawn out in front of this beautiful villa. And that's where everybody was parking. I'm like, really? But yeah, that was I guess they figure it's, whatever damage to the lawn is it's worth it.
Yeah.
which makes sense. But yeah, it was kind of fun to get out and like, you could hear other people laughing in their cars and a little talking. A couple of people weren't too clear on the concept. It was probably their first drive-in, so they'd have like, step on the brake and the lights are lighting up.
Leave
Yeah.
the headlights on. The people
Yeah.
come late.
Yeah. One
Turn your
person behind
lights
us did. Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, what are you, new?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Did
Could
you
be
hate
their
that? I
first.
remember that as a kid, watching a drive-in, and people come 20 minutes late, driving in with their headlights on, and the headlights are super distracting, and they go into the
Yeah.
screen while they're parking. And I turn that
Yeah,
shit off.
They're actually
like-
specifically told not to in most theaters.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
They're like, you can drive with your parking lights on, but your headlights have to be off.
No headlights. Yeah, it shines in everyone's eyes and
Mhm.
shit. while
That'd be
they're-
like walking into a movie theater with a mag light,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Two mag lights.
You making out?
waving a phone around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you drinking beers in theater? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a good movie too.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
What was it called again?
Black Klansman.
I haven't heard of that one.
Mm.
It was out in 2016 or
18.
18. It won a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh,
You'd
no, I do
recognize a bunch of
remember hearing
people.
about that one. Yeah, it's about the was it like an undercover guy?
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah,
heard about
yeah. Black
Yeah,
undercover cop.
it's a funny premise. Like, infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he's the brains behind it. He's on the phone talking to like these organizers for the Klan, but he can't go undercover in there because he's obviously black. So
I
another
remember seeing the trailer for that. Okay.
Adam Driver plays him. So
In
so
person,
he's telling
though,
him what to say.
yeah.
Yeah, in person, and it's surprisingly good. There are some laughable moments, but it's definitely like a dramedy.
I think that's a Spike Lee movie, if I remember
It is.
right.
It is.
Yeah. I think I did see the previews for that. So we're checking out.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So
Yeah,
right
okay.
before the show, my wife's watching some chick flick thing, and I'm like, I have to watch it because she's into it. And I sit down. I go, "What are you watching? This is some chick flick movie. It sure looks like it." Because I see Ryan Gosling running around. It's usually,
If
and it's
not
a
Driver,
it's a really young Ryan Gosling. I go, "Is this The Notebook?" She goes, "Yeah, it's a great movie." I go, "Okay." No, she goes, "You can change it if you want." I go, and I feel guilty. I go, "No. You start
Yeah, that's a
watching it.
trap.
Go ahead and watch it." Yeah, it's a trap.
Yeah,
Always
totally.
just say no.
Yeah, especially if you're
Unless
gonna
they
leave to go
insist.
do the show. You really can't.
Well, it was
change
plenty
it
of
and walk
time.
away.
Oh,
This
okay.
is 2 hours before the show, right? So I know
okay.
there's plenty of time to get through it. So I sit there, I start watching it, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, maybe I can sneak out and I'll go play some pinball or something. But then somehow I got sucked in. I got to see how this all plays out. Have you seen the movie?
Admissions.
No.
Oh, you
I've
haven't
seen
seen
it
it?
I think I saw it
once.
when it first came out. Yeah.
So,
It
so I
wasn't
have,
too bad.
I have an embarrassing story of sorts about the Notebook. So I tend to kind of scoff at not be that engaged, shall we say, in a lot of the the chick flick kind of stuff, and so I had zero interest in seeing the Notebook, and I had a really sweet gal was staying with me for a while, who was a nanny in the local area, and who was here from Australia, and I ended up fostering her dog for a while when she went back to Australia. So during this little interim period, she stayed here, and she and I had talked, and she'd mentioned something about how wonderful the Notebook was, and I think my eyes rolled like in and I'm like so she ended up as part of like a little thank you package that she gave me for letting her stay here for a month or so. One of the things she gave me was a DVD of the Notebook. And she's like, "You have to watch
Is it
it."
still
Like,
in its plastic?
it's totally still in its plastic. So, but worse than that. So a couple, whatever it was, a year or two later, my friend goes to, oh hush, dogs. My friend is getting married, and so my daughter Taylor and I go down to Australia for the wedding, and at some point, I guess she mentions about the Notebook, and just like something about the movie, and I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen it, and totally forgetting that she gave it to me, and Taylor remembers. So she's like, Mom, Rochelle gave me the DVD. I'm like, oh
shit.
yeah. No, literally, it's still sitting there wrapped in.
I thought you were going to say you regifted it and gave it to her as a wedding gift.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. That would be
This is such a sweet
hysterical.
movie.
Every 10-year anniversary, I'm shipping it to her.
Mm,
The same copy.
nice. Yeah.
Doesn't somebody die though? Isn't it like sad? Like that
Well,
doesn't
there's
seem like
yeah.
so that doesn't.
Patty's
they-
It's a sap movie.
Kind of die at the end, yeah.
that reminded me of a little
like
story
Beaches.
where
You like
Beaches.
See, I have a. There's a chick flick in my past, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
movie. And cry like a baby.
The Notebook is all right. I have to say, I
It
was
is.
dissing it, and I actually walked away going, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." I
You're
enjoyed
skipping
it.
away.
Yeah, I skipped away. It's so sad at the end. I'm
I
like,
know.
I'm gonna go slice my wrists now.
Yeah.
Well, showtime.
yeah, showtime. No, that Carrie story reminded me of a story of Patty's parents. My wife's parents were having a garage sale, and they're putting out there. You put out all your junk and stuff, and they had put out a candle, a dual candlestick holders. That's that they had received as a gift from the next door neighbor, but like years ago, like 10 years ago. And they walk up and they see that it's for sale, and they got so pissed, and they pick it up and they put it in my wife's mom's face and goes, "I gave you this as a gift. What are you selling this for?"
Oh.
You know how
Wow.
disrespectful this is.
You can have it back for free.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's a cheap thing you could get at the dollar store. That's the funny part. It's like a cheap candle holders for a dollar. But they got so offended because they're selling it, it was a gift. Like 10 years ago, who cares?
Yeah,
I can do whatever
Re-gift.
I want with it. It's a gift, right?
Right.
Whatever. That's funny.
Candlestick.
Hey,
Oh, this
Gino.
is like some sort of
Hey.
special sentimental value to it.
I know.
It's
Right.
It's not like it's been in the family forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
Well,
sort of
that's-
heirloom.
Yeah, or they
That's
made it. Or
always a-
something.
The Dollar Tree, it was
an
there
argument,
for a day.
Well, it's kind of like I always get into debates with friends about like how long do you hold on to a card that someone sends you?
Oh,
Like, do you hold
I
on
think
to
a week
like
is the limit.
like my because like my I brought this up with my parents, and I'm like, because like I'll hold on to cards for it depends on, I guess it depends.
Depends on the card,
but-
maybe too.
and
Right,
where-
cards
who
from
it
your
came from and
girlfriend are
stuff.
totally different.
But my mom's like, oh, I've never
better
thrown a
produce
card
all
away.
those
I'm like, what?
cards.
Where do you keep them all? Yeah,
Yeah, where do you keep them all?
Yeah. Wendy does that. Wendy has a thing, anything with like her parents' signature on it or anyone's she keeps it.
Wow.
I'm like, for cards, it's like if it's seasonal, if it's like Christmas time, like I'll hang them up on a little Christmas, little clippy
Yeah.
thing. For their
Yeah.
birthday, I'll
Fridge.
keep them up for a year, not a year, like a week or so. It's
Yeah, a week or so. That's what I mean.
as soon as it becomes clutter, fuck that. It's gotta
Yeah, it starts getting in the way, start moving it around. You're like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, in the recycle bin.
I'll keep most
I
the
need
ones
this.
that I enjoy on my fridge, but then they get rotated. So like another card comes, and, a new one, then I swap it out because there's only so much fridge space. And it's Magnet City. Yeah.
We used to take our excess Christmas cards and we'd make a collage out of them and laminate them together and make placemats for the holidays. That was a Christmas card.
Oh.
And that's kind of cool, except for now we have a lot of placemats.
Yeah. but and you can start giving the placemats away as gifts.
That's
Good.
right. And then
Or
those people
Christmas.
can sell them at a garage sale.
Who's Robert?
Who's
Yeah.
gonna want that?
Yeah.
Who's
That's-
Gino?
Yeah. That's a great idea for like
I assume the
kids
fronts.
and all that. Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
The way,
insides.
welcome to the show, Gino.
Yeah.
You always tend to sneak in somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll be watching a movie on a movie night, and all of a sudden, Gino's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched a
Yeah.
lot of movies. 4 movies, I
Oh,
think.
damn.
Damn.
Oh, I was so tired by the end. We watched Evil Dead 2. And of course, we watched Army of Darkness afterwards. And then we watched Snowpiercer. which is fun for the whole family movie.
Now, have you watched the TV series at all?
No, I haven't watched that.
Yeah, pretty
I
good.
just thought you'd get a kick out. Have you seen the movie, Carrie?
Mm-mm.
Snowpiercer? Yeah, I just like the concept of them eating those bars, you know, those really gross, like,
Black chocolate bars.
yeah, they're like kind of a black brown color
Brick.
bar. Have you seen it, Jim? Did you?
No,
you
I
stay
just
for
know
that,
like Chris
right?
Evans.
Chris Evans
Chris
is in
Evans
it.
is
A lot
in
of
it,
famous
yeah.
people are in that movie, actually. I don't know their names off the top of my head, but yeah, you'll recognize a lot of people in the film.
Ah.
Who's that guy from the first Alien? Who the alien pops out of his chest? That
Oh,
actor.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Hurt something Hurt.
William
Hurt?
John
John
Hurt.
Hurt.
John Hurt.
John Hurt. Yeah, he's in it, and Chris Evans.
Speaking
and
of Alien, I on my flight back, I watched
Tilda Sweeney.
I watched
Oh.
a documentary on Alien. It's called Memory, the like the untold origin of Alien, and it's about like, was it Dan Bannon or whatever?
Oh, Dan
that-
O'Bannon.
and
That's
it's
what I
like
was
the whole
talking
story behind like how he started like writing it. It's like an hour and a half long documentary. It's really good about like where the concept, like a lot, like where he borrowed from to come up with like all the
Did they-
ideas. And
Did they show his first movie, Dark Star, where it shows where that's
yeah.
kind of where it started?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, they actually go before that even. Yeah.
because he was friends with Carpenter. They're good buddies. John Carpenter. I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew that, if it's in the documentary, but
Yeah, they mentioned it, I think, but
Okay.
yeah, it was really good.
yeah, him and they were both college friends, and they made student films together. And they made Dark Star as a movie they made together. And then after that, they both did their own movies. Carpenter did his stuff like The Fog and horror movies and stuff, and Dan O'Bannon did Return of the Living Dead. That's his. That's he wrote it and directed
Yep.
it. And Alien, of course. Blue Thunder, I think, is his. I think he did that movie. If you guys remember that one. But yeah.
Is that the helicopter one?
Yeah, the helicopter with silencer on it.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Did they make that into like a TV show after
Yeah,
that too?
I think they did.
What'd you guys watch after Snowpiercer?
Oh, Snowpiercer.
South
Yeah.
Park.
South Park,
Oh.
the movie,
Yeah.
which I don't think
Oh.
I've seen since, I think, maybe when it came out in the theater or something. Honestly, it's been a while.
God,
I
haven't even
got
thought
yelled
about
at for
that.
singing.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah. Andrew wanted to sing all the singing parts because
know.
he had the text on screen, you know?
It was like sing along.
There's no bouncing ball, so I'm all
Yeah.
thrown off.
I got super in trouble for that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep and you're singing. You're a fucking motherfucker.
Shut your fucking face.
song.
Yeah.
Shut your fucking face, motherfucker song. Can't sleep. Your mom,
happy.
Kyle's mom's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
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 So,
I used to have that on my iPod.
yeah. Funny song. It's a
That is
musical, that movie. There's so many
Yeah.
songs.
It is.
But yeah, it was a fun night. Had a decent turnout, and
Yeah, that's a ton of
came,
people.
left.
Seemed
Yeah.
like at
And
some
Carrie
point.
and Jim were there, and Gina was there, and your
Yeah, I
brother
didn't make
showed
it
up
through South
later.
Park.
Yeah.
I did catch Army of Darkness, the end of Army of Darkness, and Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer is a trip, though, isn't it? With
It is.
so Carrie, what that's about is it's like a nuclear winter where everything's frozen, but the only people left alive on the planet are on this train powered by the super powerful engine that's self-sustaining, you know. But as the cars of the train go down, it goes from the super rich all the way down to the dirt poor. And the
Ah.
rich keep the poor in the end and feed them garbage, basically, so they don't eat each other. Because they were, after a few years, because, okay, you don't know this, but there's a comic that came out before the movie, and the comic shows how a whole bunch of people jumped onto the train as it was leaving the station, because the owner of the train said, hey, this isn't going to work. This nuclear winter is not going to just last. It was the winter was to try to stop the ozone depletion, but it was a malfunction in their analysis of it or whatever was wrong, and it froze the earth. So anyway, people jumped on the train in the comic, and all those people that are in the back weren't supposed to be on the train. They jumped on. So that's why they weren't allowed to have the yummy sushi and all the other yummy food later on. You know, they don't have to eat garbage.
And they had to have the black chocolate bars.
Yeah. And there's perfect balance too. So like if somebody dies and the rich people, they kill a poor person. They have a balance. And they have them locked down on this 3-door corridor. So they have this plan to ram through these like I guess a giant metal tube so they can't close the doors. So they can all just rush the train and get to the front so they can have control and eat something better than garbage, I guess.
Oh, so that's the balance, because they don't want the poor people to outnumber the rich people.
Yeah, and
Okay,
and they don't want them to be mixed with them either, so they keep them locked down. But what's fucked up is that they come in with machine guns and they'll count people to make sure there's a balance. You know, they'll count them as they're as they sit down and count. But then they'll steal their children once in a while. So there's sort of a mystery in the movie of why do they keep stealing their little kids away? Because they'll take a tape measure out and like, okay, he's good. And they take him away and you're like, what the fuck?
It's pretty messed up.
And Andrew's watching this movie and Andrew's getting more and more mad at me going, this is a fucked up movie.
Super fucked up.
But really well done
of the I love fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
So you must have been right up up your alley.
Yeah. And Tilda Sweeney is such an awesome role in it. She's got these fake buck teeth and she's got this really funny hair and stuff. You know who the actress is, right? Yeah, and she's just chewing up the scenery and she's such a big bitch. She's the one that comes in to tell them, you know, why they're being stupid, and you do anything wrong, we're gonna shoot you, and you know, but she's just so condescending and everything. It's great.
Yeah.
So
I'm a hat, you're a shoe.
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
wear
a hat
the shoe
on your head. Yeah. I'll just give it something that's not too spoilery, but I'll tell you about that part where this guy who's pissed that I think they took his son before, right? So he takes his shoe and he throws it at her and hits her in the head. So what they do for punishment is they put this like metal sealed thing on his arm here. It snaps on, yeah. And they open up the side of the car and they put his arm outside and they have it timed for 7 minutes. And he's just sitting out there while his arm's freezing and freezing. He's like, and then after 7 minutes, ding, after she's given her speech of why you're stupid poor people, right? They pull him out and his arm's just frozen solid. And they put it on this like log or something, and they just take a sledgehammer, and shatter it. That's like to teach everyone a lesson. You don't throw a shoe at her. And Andrew's like, what the fuck are we watching?
That's high praise, isn't it?
Right, exactly.
And it's funny because Tilda Swinton is such a weird looking woman anyway, that like she was perfect for that.
Yeah. And pretty good role from Chris Evans, I thought. I thought he did a good job on it. And it's pretty brutal. They have like, because the rich people are running out of bullets from years of fighting them, right? So they're running low on bullets. So they start coming out with like hatchets and shit. So it's like a big hatchet fight. You're like, oh my God. They time it right too. They wait till they're going to go into a tunnel. And all the rich people put on their like night goggles
Infrared,
and they go, they go running in with their hatchets. Anyway, go see Snowpiercer. It's on Netflix, everybody. It's fun for the whole family. I know, I enjoyed it.
Funny.
So, anywho, anybody have
Jim,
anything?
how did you like your stay out in California? You get part of the nice day and then the lightning storm to follow.
That was like right before I left. I mean, the night, because I left yesterday. I flew back, and you know, you guys always talk about how like, we don't get rain in the summer and stuff. And I'm like, what place is this? Like, we get precipitation all year round. It's rain in the summer and it's snow in the winter, and then it while I'm there, it clouds over and storms and lightning and thunder and rain. I'm like, to me, that's normal. But Carrie's like, this is so weird.
Yeah, I know everybody. It's off. Yeah, it's a headline news for us. Like, what? Yeah.
Well, I noticed on the way home today when I was coming through the Montera Tunnel, I was looking down the coast and you could see like these big plumes. And I said, well, that's not cloud. That's actually smoke. Pescadero's on fire.
Yep.
From all the lightning strikes.
Yep. Yeah.
They're evacuating people down there.
Jeez.
I could have my window open. I could smell the smoke. It's crazy.
The only smoke I can smell is my neighbor. And it's terrible. I mean, let me tell you.
Yeah, I think our smoke probably smells better. I actually don't. I'm not experiencing it yet, but it might come up this way. But yeah, no,
I
actually,
got my floor fan blowing out to keep it at bay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was funny with the funny you should mention that storm, Gino, because of course my mother's calling me. Sorry, mother.
Priorities.
Yeah. So
she wants your Disney Plus password.
Totally. She's off
Yeah.
camping.
While she's camping.
Yeah.
She might be next to my daughter.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be weird?
6 feet apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not watching The Parent Trap again. I'm going to get my own. My daughter has Disney Plus. I'll ask her.
So we had been working on Ms. Pac-Man, on Ms. BitKit,
Right.
I like to call it, and it had been really hot that on whatever it was on Saturday
and Sunday. Yeah.
Or Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday was really hot, and so go away, Mom. And so I had busted out. I have an awning back from the days when I used to do dog agility. So I had one of those, pop-up awnings and I'm like, hey, this will be perfect. It'll provide us a little bit of shade and, help keep the paint from drying too quickly, things like that. So I busted that out. So, we work on Saturday and it's like, oh, we might as well just keep the awning up because we'll need it again tomorrow. I never thought to check the weather.
It's all weighted down.
Yeah, so we weighted, weighted
so
down with bricks and
paint cans
and it's like, oh, so, and put it kind of close to the house. So yeah, and then of course I'm lying in bed and it's 3 a.m. because that's when bad things always happen. Just watch any of the Paranormal Activity movies, or really
which we
The
did,
Conjuring, or any scary movie, and everything bad happens between 3 and 4. It's the rule. And so lightning and thunder and all this, and I'm like, shit, I sure hope that awning's okay. But I can't see it from my room, and I don't want to do too much to disturb the dogs who are mercifully sleeping through it. Yes, and I don't think that thunder bothers them too much. Fireworks, evil, but thunder, So
Weird.
So anyway, the next morning, I get up and I step outside and look in the front yard, and I'm like,
there's no awning.
There's no awning. There's just
no.
bricks and paint cans, seemingly completely undisturbed. And I was like, did someone steal it? It seems unlikely, but at that point I hadn't realized that it had been very windy too.
Yeah.
So I hop on next door and I see some people talking about it was like a tornado came through, and I'm like, I thought my windows were going to blow out of my house. I'm like, oh shit.
Did somebody lose an awning?
Yeah, I know. Right? Actually, I posted on next door. I'm like, I can't find my awning. It had actually just blown into the backyard. But it was. Cool. But I had gone out. In fact, I stepped out of my balcony to look all around to see if it was in my backyard, and it wasn't. So I was like, shit. And so Jim and I drove around the neighborhood kind of looking, because it's a big fucking awning. Didn't see it. And as we're pulling up, Jim said, are you sure it didn't just blow in the backyard? I'm like, yeah, no, I looked in the backyard. And then there I could see on the side part of the yard that I had not looked in, I see these 2 metal poles sticking up like a little dead animal.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Did the frame survive, or was
It did survive. It got a bend in it, so it has a little bit of a
legs.
war wound, and it was pretty fucking pristine before this. It's not as pristine. It has a little, it's got some signs that it's
battle damage.
It's
Patina.
like it's got patina. Yeah,
It's got a story now.
it does indeed. But yeah,
Well, you're lucky that it ended up in the
folded up.
backyard. I mean, that could have easily wound up like on the apex of your roof or something, and you've been climbing up there with a ladder trying to get it down or something.
Takes your shingles off.
Oh my
and
God.
crap.
Yeah, well, I was afraid it would
damage.
have, it would have blown and hit like somebody's car, or caught, like, oh
Yeah.
shit, my homeowner's insurance policy. Like, part of me before I posted next door was like, should I cop to this? But got to cop to it. So, but yes, it was just there, toes up in my backyard.
Lucky.
Yeah.
we had a couple planters blow over. I didn't realize it was. I didn't hear the wind. I just heard the lightning and the thunder. Saw
I
the lightning,
slept
heard
right
the
through
thunder.
it. I didn't even know.
But yeah, I didn't realize in the morning my wife's tipping all the plants back up. They'd actually blown some pretty good sized ceramic vases over. Her
Wow.
tomato plants, everything got toppled, and it was it's like, I didn't hear the wind at all.
Yeah.
But you could see it was windy. The yard was dirty. It had all kinds of junk blown into it. But yeah, unexpected storm. Didn't see that one coming. I didn't, and I don't normally check the weather either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't leave your cabinet outside, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Although I
would've
had
been
been
very
doing
sad.
paint tests and on this piece of wood, like to see how the paints reacted with each other.
Yeah.
And so I had already sprayed all 3 paints and on this piece of wood, and I was sitting outside. And so it got rained on and stuff, and it came out, and it was just water beads on top. So it seals really nice. But yes, the inside would have swelled like shit. It would have been terrible.
Yeah.
The outside looks nice, and then the inside just looks like complete ass. I don't know how that would have worked out. And the bottom, and yeah.
Where
Uh-huh.
do you get 1 1/4 inch T molding for?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need 1 1/4 inch on the left side, and I
Yeah.
need 1 1/2 on the right. Yeah. But then it tapers.
So
No
it sounds
thanks.
like it was turning out pretty nice at the beginning.
Yeah. It started great.
Yeah.
It started as a good project.
It's a nice blue cabinet.
It's a beautiful blue cabinet.
yeah.
It's really pretty. I'm thinking maybe it should just be blue.
How about we just hand draw just like stick figures on it or something,
Yeah.
Just write Miss Pac-Man.
Get some vinyl.
Or maybe get the vinyl and then cut out
there you go.
all the
Yeah.
color parts and then just stick those on.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
forever.
We had
Oh my God.
we had some issues with the stencils.
Oh no.
Just to put it mildly.
Yeah.
And we ended up not even painting any of the stencil. Because, well, do you want to tell it?
The stencils are FUBAR.
Yeah, at
Uh-oh.
least the first two, the yellow stencils.
Yeah.
And they're each fucked up in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
Like they don't line up or what?
no.
It's problems in the vinyl and the pre-mask, creasing and all kinds of shit. Like we started laying it. So a few nights before we pulled it out, laid them all out to flatten nicely, and they did. And we decided, okay, well, just for the first, because we won't be able to apply all of them with the cabinet on its side, but we can start with one just to get our bearings for like measurements and how it lines up, and then we'll tip it up and we'll do the other side. So we had a good game plan. So we started with the with one of the sides, forget if it was the left or the right, and we're taking our time. We get it all lined up after a while of reseating things and stuff, and hinge it down. We peel the backing and we start with the top, and it actually starts out pretty good. We're going real slowly. Carrie's holding the backing. I've got the felted squeegee, and we're going slowly but surely, and it's coming down.
And we've
pretty
done this
nice.
before. We've played a bunch of vinyl and a bunch of cabins at this point.
A lot of vinyl. Yeah. Or experienced in the matter.
You've
That's-
never
Yes,
done
indeed.
one.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, but the stencil is a different animal
Yeah.
because you have a lot of variables going on.
You got a lot of cuts in it, first of all.
Yeah, especially near
Gotta
the
deal with
bottom.
that. You got to be careful
then
with it.
You've got the vinyl, the stencil. You've got the backing to it, but then you've got a pre-mask on top of it.
Yep.
And so we start going down, and there's a few minor creases in the pre-mask that aren't affecting the stencil, the vinyl underneath. So we're working that out. But then we get just below halfways, and we notice a crease. There's a crease in the pre-mask. And at first, I think it's just the pre-mask. I think we're going to be okay. If we just rough it out. But then we decide, or we figure out pretty quick that that's not the case. That actually not only is the pre-mask got some bubbles and stuff in it, but there's a crease formed already in the backing, like under the backing and into the vinyl. It's like all the way through. And the problem is with the pre-mask, you can't just lift the pre-mask up and fix it because the pre-mask will pull the stencil right off.
Right.
So we're like, okay, well, I think we can get through this. We tried fixing it. We tried taking making a little incision in the pre-mask just to relieve that. And nothing was working. We ended up with this one of a few, but one in particular crease going all the way down, and that's offsetting everything. And so we're like, okay, well, let's think about this. Let's lay it down. We finished it, and we're looking at it, and we're like, God damn, this is just fucked. Because like we pull the pre-mask off, thinking that, okay, well, maybe we can, because this isn't as strong adhesive as a normal vinyl. Maybe after we get the pre-mask off, we can fix the stencil and lift it up. And there's just no way. We tried really hard, and we're like, okay, how much effort do we want to put into this? What's our frustration and stress and our time worth? And eventually we're just like, fuck it. So we ripped the thing off, and we're like, okay, let's try the other side, because maybe this is just one. That maybe just this one is bad.
One
and if we can we can get a hold of this little game and be like, can you print us this one? So we get to the other side, and it goes way better.
Yeah.
In fact, night and day, where it's coming. We get all the way down to, where the 3 ghosts are at the very bottom.
Mm-hmm.
We get all the way down, and it lays out fine. Yep. We pull the pre-mask off. We're doing a hell of a good job. Like it's like, okay, this is going to go just fine.
Yeah.
We get all the way down, and we pull the pre-mask off, and you can describe this,
so
but Carrie's like, something's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked almost like there was a piece of tape. Like, how you can see when like clear tape comes off of a tape dispenser, and you can kind of see the little jagged edge. And it's like on one of the little ghosty parts, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like there was a piece of tape. And I'm like, well, that's like a piece of clear tape. I'm like, that's weird. And then we look at it more closely. I'm like, oh, can that come off? Like, and then we look at it more closely, and what it actually was is part of the vinyl had folded over, so it was underneath itself.
Oh no!
So what
there was
happened
no way
was
we could have done that. Like
the stencil that goes around the ghost eye, had torn, and this underneath the underneath the pre-mask, because we pulled it off that way, torn like right here, and that little skinny piece of it flapped. Went underneath and over it, so it was like if you took a piece of tape and went like this. And I took a tiny tool, lockpick tool, and I was able to fish it out, get it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's where it lines up, but it had stretched, and so we couldn't even surgically put it back. Right. And so it was fucked up underneath, in between the pre-mask and the backing. So we're like,
not your fault. That's
it was
So at that point, we're just like
borked.
So we're like, let's not even. Let's
I would just call for a new,
because especially with it being the bottom layer, like, because everything lines up based on these things.
That's the base.
Did you take pictures so you can like show it to them? Like,
oh yeah, we took pictures, but we took pictures, but ultimately we're like, we're just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna eat it?
Yep. Yeah.
It's like $200 think it's worth it, isn't it? How much is that? How much?
Yeah, it's like, well, this old game stuff was.
You know how many hot wings you can get at Buffalo?
I know, but I don't want to get into it too much. But I don't want to, is it something that would be argued with, or would it, or is it gonna, I don't want to get into a point. I don't even want to create a situation where it could be no, you screwed up the application. No, you screwed up what you gave us.
Yeah. And then even in the best case scenario, they're like, oh yeah, we'll print you a new one and get that out to you. And then we end up waiting for how long? Because they just moved.
Yeah, you should at least do that and get it so you can have a complete set, even if you order another set elsewhere. then you have at least another complete. You could resell it or whatever. You don't.
I couldn't resell that set in good conscience. I mean, 2 out of the 2 pieces were fucked up. I couldn't.
Well,
and they've been unrolled, re-rolled at this point. And some of the other ones, some of the sheets look good. Some of the sheets also look pretty wrinkled. Like the pre-mask is on some of them is definitely janky, shall we say.
The pre-mask is the toughest part of the whole thing, because if that is at all not perfectly flat or parallel, you're screwed, because you can never fix that. When with my Gap Plus art, remember that was all bubbly and stuff, but since there's no pre-mask, I was able to get that to work, by pulling it up and redoing it. With the stencil, you can't do that. So
what are you gonna do? What's the plan?
Order a different set
from somewhere else?
Yeah.
I assume you didn't even try the kick plate.
No, because why? At this point,
and the funny thing is that we're going to save that for the end, because we're like, well, this will be the easiest one.
Right.
So let's start with the But yeah, I mean, at best, you've got 2/3 of a stencil set.
Yeah, I mean, so you still have
but it would be
buying.
It'd be the front at least. Yeah.
Oh yeah, to do
Yeah,
I
but
see what you're saying. It was all out of motivation.
Totally. Yeah,
because then we'd have to like super mask the
I was defeated.
At that point it was like, okay,
let's go drink some wine.
I'm defeated. Let's drink.
But
it was getting late because that one side felt. I mean, that one side took for a really long time because we kept trying to figure out how to save it. The first one, the second one,
you made the right call pulling that. You made the right call pulling that off, because if it was creased down the center and it pulled everything in, it was off. There's no way. By the time you got to the second stencil, second color,
all of your registration marks, everything would have been offset.
Yep,
and
it would have all been jacked.
And one thing that I've been learning in the last probably like 4 or 5 years of being in this hobby is what is my emotional stress. What's that worth in the time and stuff? Because I that happened with the vinyl on Wonka, and it almost happened with Gap Plus, where I'm looking at it and I'm like, do I sweat bullets trying to get this to work, or do I just say fuck it, it's just money? And granted, it's a fair chunk of change, but it's more of a relief to just be like, I'm gonna start over with a better set, because this isn't my fault,
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I mean, and the cabinet came out so beautifully. It just would have been a damn shame to have had some paint not, the.
I didn't even want, unless it looked beautiful. I didn't want to start spraying on it, like, because like the blue and everything is like it's great. It's perfect.
It is. It looks really good. It's
I gotta say, Jim, you got some mad Bondo skills. I'd have you do body work on my car anytime.
Yeah.
I showed Andrew a picture. Well, maybe you're on the show when I showed him the picture of how caked on or the frosting, as I called it, on the fucking kick plate. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Your pizza's ready.
Yeah, right. That must be Jim with the beeping. Yeah, it's like, who's
beeping?
Yeah, I got barking. So
somebody's got food.
Carrie's got barking. Jim's got beeping.
Yeah.
My fucking
I got bells.
The damn
that error message you
that
get.
damn random error message that I still don't know why. My stove, like, why not? Like, could happen once a week, could be once a month, but like. Or once in a while, I'll get home from visiting Carrie and there will be this error. It's like F1E2. I've looked it up and it doesn't tell me jack shit what it is. I told my the maintenance guy and landlady, and like he can't figure it out, because he's it happens so randomly. It's always super late at night, and he looked at it and he's like, I don't know, so.
I don't know what it is.
It'll happen at it's always late at night. Like, I'll be asleep and it'll be like 4 a.m. and it starts beeping, like, and I'm motherfucker.
Yeah. You talk
and
to
it just keeps going.
Your neighbors must love you. That thing was beeping for a week straight.
Oh, jeez.
Well, every time whenever I'm gone, though, like if I'm gone and I come back, it might be even if it's like a day or two, it must end relatively, soon, after I don't know how many minutes or whatever, because it's always silent when I'm return.
Gotcha.
It's not still beeping.
Maybe you got to reboot it.
It needs a cap kit.
Control Alt Delete it.
Yeah.
Hard reset.
Yeah, hard reset it.
Yeah. So yeah, the Bondo, like Carrie was helping me with using the plexiglass to make the sharp edges and stuff. Yeah, there was that cabinet is Gino, did you see that? You saw it before I had finished that, right?
I had seen it at one point. I think at one point Carrie was moving.
Oh,
I saw.
what am
I
doing?
saw. I remember. I should. Once I saw the Bondo on it, I said, "Wow, there's a lot more damage to this than I thought."
Oh, here I've got pictures. I just let me pull. Yeah, this actually I can kind of go through here. All right, view on photo page and share screen.
The cabinet is now officially 20% Bondo.
Look at that bottom.
Yeah, it was chewed up. Yeah.
Nice chunk there. The back, actually, this side surprisingly isn't the bad side. There, so that's why I had lathered it on. Look at all that.
Yeah,
all I see is patina.
Yeah, exactly.
Lock. That's some nice lock bar holes. Yep. Oh, and that this top part right here was a bitch.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I saw a funny post on Craigslist on an arcade machine. I forget what the machine was, but the funny part of the post, it has bullet points on like brand new buttons installed. It has a new haptic stick.
Oh, there we go.
One of the buttons said brand new security bar installed.
That's funny.
So I don't want that. A brand new one. Thanks.
Let's see here. Oh, that's us taking measurements for the art. Oops. Let's see here. Get past this. That was when we were optimistic yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Things line up.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. That was a beaut.
That's nothing. I got to show you the bottom of my Robotron. That's baby food to mine.
Oh yeah, all the plexi around it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I think you'd already taken it off when I had stopped by.
Yeah. That stuff is amazing for making a nice sharp edge.
Yeah.
It cuts down the time so much. But there you go.
Wow.
Looks like
I
a
was like,
lot of sanding.
Oh,
I bought an
yeah.
orbital sander. I didn't own one before. I just had like the kind, I guess, a non-orbital sander.
When I discovered that she didn't have one, I'm like,
deemed
we need to go to the store right now.
Yeah.
You got to get an orbital one, right?
Yes, that was the charge.
key.
So yeah, we went to we went to Home Depot.
Primed.
Well, that doesn't look blue.
Right? Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went with this.
Do your
gloss.
neighbors walk by while they're walking and stuff, going, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah.
Not what the fuck. They go, wow, are you? They
Yeah.
start asking questions, and
Yeah, they wanna
like
talk.
20 minutes go by, and you're
then
like,
you-
I really want to get this.
And the
fucking
sun's
done.
going down, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I used to
It's-
play those.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard that a
Wow.
million
Did you
times.
sell those?
Oh, here we
Is that
go.
what you-
Are you a collector?
So here,
Oh,
look
there
at
it
look at this, look at this fucking crease and what it does. Like,
Oh yeah. There. Oh, you did take good job. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
the pre-mask, right? Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ouch.
that's
Looks fine. You did it. You did it wrong.
no, this is
Yeah.
this is the vinyl. Like that's
That's-
that's
yeah.
what the pre-mask did. Like this
that's
was
with the
fucked
pre-mask
up.
off.
We didn't flatten this because we're like, because once we got to like about here and we realized that there's
It was
just
all
no way we're gonna
chunked
save
out.
this.
Yeah.
Carrie, did you take a picture of the
Yeah, I
the-
did, but I don't know how
other
to
side.
show. I mean, I can
Yeah.
send it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they
that'll
did
work.
they tell you which
Yeah, which
vinyl
side
to
and
put
stuff?
on first? Yeah, like the
Yep.
order. Does that come
Yeah,
with the
so
instructions?
it's printed actually on the vinyl. It'll be like left side, layer
First.
one or something like
Layer
that.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. No, it's color one, and then yeah.
Color
let me,
one, color two, or side, left side, right side kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pull this.
So are you're gonna still go with stencils
at that.
again, or do you think you might do a vinyl solution?
No, I
That
don't.
blue is too pretty to cover up with vinyl. We're
Yeah.
doing
Ah.
stencils.
Ooh.
We're-
I've already
yeah.
ordered them.
Ooh, not messing around.
So check this. So yeah, this is around the eye area. So this jagged here, it's on the underside. So like this is sticky, but this is lifted up. So I don't know how to. It's like it's looped basically.
You're not showing.
Oh,
photo.
am I
Still on the
not?
old one. We're on the Ghost.
This
Oh,
old
shit.
this old vinyl.
So finally,
Let's see here.
It's probably
There.
printed like 10 years ago.
Oh,
Oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
that is weird.
right?
Yeah, isn't that fucked up? So this jagged
Yeah.
edge is supposed to attach up here.
Oh, it ripped.
Yeah,
It-
it's like a
it
puzzle
tore
piece.
and it
Yeah,
tore
it
and
slipped.
it flipped
How did
around.
it slip like that? How
Yeah.
weird.
But that was
And
that
it,
way.
and
in
it
the
and it not
mask.
only slipped, but it actually is. It's under this. It's
It slipped
underneath.
and then got underneath it.
Yeah, it was actually
somehow.
Yeah.
underneath, so it's like it was. Yeah,
It- yeah.
it wasn't a. That was not.
You did that.
Yeah, we couldn't have done that if we tried.
You know.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Anyhow.
weird.
So
I can't believe you
we're
even
gonna
tried
give
to
it
get it out of there.
another go. Yeah, and we were debating because like you start second guessing yourself. Like, was this really? But no matter what, we kept coming back to it was fucked up
It's-
because
yeah.
I've had like I was like I started thinking, well, it was in I bought the as a Christmas gift. I bought the stencil set in as a Christmas gift. So she's had it since the end of, so basically January. I started doing it. I'm like, and it's in this tube, but it's not touch. It's in a climate control, and then I start thinking, well, I've had shit in tubes for like years and it's still fine when I pull it out. So
it was just effective, period.
It was just a
I don't
fluke.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's a little bit of a crapshoot too, because like my Tron art was older. I was, told because I bought it secondhand.
Sure.
So then that's the stuff that just fell off.
Yeah.
But it was brand new in the tube, came out gorgeous without wrinkles when I put it on. So I mean, who knows?
And then overnight.
yeah, and I
So-
was going through
My
stuff.
Tron
And I'm like,
art,
that's
I had
perfect, that's
trouble
perfect.
getting to. I had sticking issues. I had to use some adhesive spray for my Tron art, and mine was laid on within probably a few weeks of getting it.
Of
so
ordering it, yeah.
yeah, that might have.
Well, who knows
Yeah.
how long it sat, before you actually get it.
Yeah,
Yep,
on the
good point.
shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And but yeah, we just had bad
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah, we did. It just was. Yeah.
So
luck
we'll-
of the draw. So.
We'll get the new set and go from there because
Yeah.
I was all excited and we lost. Oh, that was Saturday? We were going to start on Saturday instead of Sunday, and we decided that we decided that the cabinet needed another, like on one side needed another coat or two because it's
Yeah, that was. I think that was Friday. Yeah.
No,
that
it's
was
Saturday.
Friday. Oh, was it?
I put it on Saturday
Oh, okay.
because we waited a
Oh,
day.
that's
Friday
right.
we went
Yep,
to the movie.
That's right. Yep.
So we're like, let's let this sit for 48 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, but that glass, it's interesting because like looking at the right angle and stuff, if it had been matte, it probably would have been fine, but you need like an extra layer or whatever if you want the same even gloss all the way around, just with how it reacts with the different texture and stuff.
You're like wet sand it.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is I did a really light. I shouldn't have used the orbital sander. I should have just hand sanded it, but I went over it really lightly with 220, just to knock down, and it was just enough to take off. It was enough to take. Even I wasn't even putting any pressure on the orbital sander. I was just kind of doing this, but one or two spots, it was enough to take just enough off that I was like, oh, needs more.
Yeah,
But
found a little high spot.
yeah, I was glad that we got 6 of the tall cans or whatever because I used pretty much most of it. Yeah,
Oof.
Yeah.
it's a lot of light coats.
Did your finger have a little imprint of the top part of the thing? And your
It's the
fingers
worst.
all like blue and
Oh yeah,
Your face.
my face.
you blow
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
boogers for
Yeah,
3
yeah,
I
days.
did.
You saw the
Oh, yeah.
picture. I
It's
sent.
actually it's worse. The sanding is worse than the painting for that. But yeah, it's like
Yeah, you were
it's
making
blue.
Bondo cocaine there. It's like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No cocaine.
Line it up and yeah.
God.
But
And-
well, yeah, we'll get
That's
it the
right.
next time I'm out there in
Yep,
October.
October. Will be.
So. That'll be fun. I'm excited to do the spray and stuff, but
Yeah. And I'm hopeful now. We've had the practice run, and actually most of the stencil went down really nicely. Like it
that
just was
second
a little-
side, if it wasn't for
Oh,
that
yeah.
bar,
That-
like that that whatever that was,
Yeah, the little
we
fold
would
over.
have sprayed
Reach
that
around.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
didn't fold over in the tube. That was defective from the factory.
Yes.
So it's not.
Yeah, from the
You
get-go.
just got defective stencils. It wasn't.
We just, it
Yeah.
just was like I said, it was just kind of a luck of the draw on that one. But yeah, and that's where I'm like,
That's a
I
bummer.
can't even
Unluck.
in good, yeah, exactly. In good conscience, I couldn't even try to sell the rest of that.
It's like, what do you do with the with those like for I don't know what it's.
And it's
frame
funny,
it.
You could take the kick plate art and maybe turn that into some art project if you could actually get all of them to work.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
Oh, something to hang up in your garage or something.
yeah,
sell at a garage sale.
Like spray it onto some
exactly. Give it to the neighbor.
spray it, get like a thin piece of plywood or something, spray it blue, do like a mini, just the kick plate.
Yeah.
Frame
Bring to
it.
the next Grinkers.
Install a clock
for a
into
jewel
it. And there
prize.
you go.
Yeah, put or some
clock.
bottle openers.
Yeah, the bottle opener.
I like the
cover with
clock
that.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other arcade news?
I have a little.
I'll-
I gotta ask Andrew this one. So with all the slowdown and everything with the post office, am I gonna get my Dragon's Lair in January?
I know. I recall August was my call month.
We're running out of August.
I know. Back before COVID, I was saying August. So,
I know.
Yeah, the post office thing. When we gotta
Supposedly they're in production
tiptoe around
right
that
now.
topic.
Yeah, we're waiting for our Dragon's Lair 12-inch tall
replicate.
replicate. Yeah, it has a lot of fun little goodies with it. I like that picture they posted that I shared. I had I like the picture. It shows a little mini laser disc with the sleeve for it. It has a little laser disc player. It's like a Barbie set for Dragon's Lair.
It's all a bunch of shit. You're gonna stick in the back once and then just forget it's even exists.
Forget about it. Hey, my extra controller is still in the back of my Street Fighter. I think I took it out once, just to test it.
Yeah, I think I pulled mine out when I first was putting it together. I was like, oh, cool. And then
So speaking of the replicades, I have my 3 arcade machines on top of my display, my Tron display, and I bought a 4 USB slot plug. It's about yay big, and I put it on an extension cord. I put it up there behind the machines, and I plug them all into that instead of buying their change machine. Run that all the way down to an extension cord thing, so that way I can have those on display, sort of, I guess, on demo mode when I'm in the arcade room, with the display case on and stuff. So get something out of it, because if I don't do something like that, they just sit there off,
dark.
and they don't look as fun, because when they're on, you got the marquee comes on, and the coin door is lit up, and the buttons are lit up, and the screen is on in demo mode. You can even hear it if you have the sound up on it. That has the sound demo and Street Fighter and stuff like that. So yeah, I did that on my things. But I don't know what I'm going to do with my Dragon's Lair mini. I don't know where I'm going to put it. So I got to figure. Do you have a space for yours yet?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't really have a good solid plan for him when I started buying them.
Yeah, I don't have a plan for
table.
these.
I think originally I was thinking I was going to bring him to work, but now that's fucked. So
Yeah, no.
In the
No.
china cabinet.
we got the
Next-
curio cabinet. Yeah.
right on your dresser.
Put it next to your Robotech
In the bathroom.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a Robotech robot playing the machine.
Oh, that would be pretty funny. I could actually probably do that.
I was going to put my Tron characters, but they're too small. They're a bunch of little
Yeah.
people. They're not quite tall enough.
Totally have like Optimus Prime playing
Yeah,
someone else on Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, did you watch the Transformers series?
I
yet?
did actually.
Did.
I have. Do you know I have my list here? My list here of my problems I had with it.
Oh,
Is there anything on that list where it's like, I totally love this about it? Or is this
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
have a
okay.
couple. Well, actually, that was stuff I was just going to out at the end, but
Well, we got about 12 minutes.
I know till you're out. Maybe we'll say this another time.
Yeah.
We'll say this next time. We'll talk about Transformers and talk about the stuff that I think it could have been great. I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I think that's and it's only a third of the
trilogy.
Right. It's a trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's kind of following the show a little bit as far as like, well, we don't know yet, but supposedly on the show they go to Earth after that. So I don't know if they're going to do that on this one. We'll see.
I think the second chapter is Earthbound is the next chapter.
Is it? Okay, then they are going to Earth.
So I think I think so. I'd actually never watched the other one. So yeah.
Well, it's not out yet, right? So
yeah, I think there's materials for it. I mean, the toys have been out forever.
Oh, are you talking about season 2 for Earth?
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry, the Netflix version is not out yet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the story, I think, is done. I think. I don't know. No. I was mostly into the cartoon and the toys, the original cartoon and the toys in the movie, but I didn't really get into a lot of like the Japanese stuff. They actually, the whole universe splits at some point, and the US like stops making the stuff, and then Japan just like kept carrying it on like into like I think the late 90s.
Kept going with it.
Yeah, there's like a few more series. There's the Headmaster series, which comes after that, and we got some of those toys.
Did you notice the one robot that's taken from the Robotech Veritech fighters that's in there?
You know Jetfire?
I think it's Jetfire. Yeah, the white one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but his toy was based on a Macross.
Yeah, it totally was. It was licensed from it. It's 100%. The same exact toy.
Yeah. I think I had 2 or 3 of those.
Really? Yeah, it's just funny. Was he a Decepticon as a toy?
No, he's an Autobot as a toy.
I thought he was. Yeah, that's why I was confused when I was watching this. I'm like,
well,
he's supposed to be okay. So, but I'm seeing something where he changes. So
sort of, yeah. So I mean, in the I don't know what's canon, but like from the cartoon, they find him after I don't remember what season is. It's probably into season 2, I think. I don't think it's in season 1, but they find Jetfire like I think like it's either in a mountain or like in like an ice bank. And they melt him down. And he's neither, and that's at least in the cartoon, it was neither a Decepticon or an Autobot, but he was a scientist friend of Starscream, if I remember correctly. And basically, Starscream just convinces him, "Well, hey, I'm a Decepticon. You should just totally be a Decepticon because, like, we hate these evil Autobot people."
Yeah.
And he joins the Decepticons originally and has a Decepticon logo in the cartoon, but then quickly realizes that Megatron's kind of a dick and Starscream's a total asshole and. It's like fuck that, and then he goes and hangs out with the Autobots.
Okay.
I think that's. I'm paraphrasing the shit out of that, and just
I
going
don't even
from
remember
memory.
that. I remember just seeing that. This is what I remember. He was in a couple episodes, and you never saw him again. That's what I remember about.
Pretty
him.
much. Yeah. I think my biggest thing when I saw him was like he doesn't look anything like a Veritech.
Yeah.
So they redesigned him completely for the cartoon.
Oh yeah, for the new series. Yeah, he looks a little different.
In the new series, he looks pretty close to what he does in the original G1 cartoon. They redesigned him for the G1 cartoon. He couldn't look like a Harmony.
He doesn't look like the Robotech
they licensed the toy, but they didn't license the image to use in a cartoon.
Oh, so they changed them
because of Macross and Robotech. Harmony Gold owned Robotech in the US, so they had to redesign him for the cartoon. So he looks like he does in the G1 cartoon mostly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Well, we'll revisit this next time.
Teaser.
When Jim's making his dinner and Carrie hasn't come on yet.
Meanwhile, I put the robot chicken link where Optimus Prime gets prostate cancer. So.
Oh, jeez. So are we ending this at 10 for you? 10:30.
I mean, pretty soon here.
Now we can wrap it up if you want to.
I gotta be up in like 7 hours, so
I have a lot to do tomorrow anyway, so that's okay. Unless you guys want to keep going.
We can call it early. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can obviously hang out. I think I have to stop the stream.
It's the Gino show.
We can just let the stream run all night and let Gino.
We'll do a long one tomorrow next week.
It was proud, Gino. We'll be back.
Nice. I'll just be here talking to myself. Where is everyone else? Seabark and Gap?
I don't know. Seabart doesn't been on in a while.
Yeah.
This
Either
is still got the
acting.
2:30 thing going on. I don't know.
Work.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Probably work.
Yeah.
That's,
Hopefully
that's,
next
that's
week.
probably been an adjustment
Yeah.
for him, I'm sure.
Rally the troops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
All righty. Well, I didn't even do the intro. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. Goodbye, everyone.
So long, farewell, I'll be there saying good night.
All right. Goodbye.
Yeah,
All
see ya,
right.
yeah.
Hasta, people.